SQL injection is one of the most notorious web security vulnerabilities that allows an attacker to manipulate database queries of an application to view or modify sensitive data such as passwords, credit card details, and phone numbers. SQL injection attacks have been around for over 2 decades since they were first documented in 1998. One of the recent examples of a major SQL injection vulnerability was in the MoveIt file transfer software, which enabled hackers to cause a data breach for many major companies around the world. So here's how this vulnerability works. Here's a SQL query that returns users with the same email. An attacker injects this malicious SQL code into a website which uses this value in the query. The quote sign will escape the email field and will append or 1 equals 1 to the query. 1 equals 1 equals to true because 1 is equal to 1, and since test is not a valid email, the query will go to the or statement, which is true, so the query will expose all user data to the front end. There are 3 major types of SQL injection attacks. Inbound SQL injection, where attackers intentionally put malicious inputs that throw database errors which reveals information about the database itself, or using the union SQL operator to combine a malicious query with the original query intended by the application. Blind SQL injection, which involves true or false statements like you saw in the previous example. And lastly, out-of-band SQL injection, where an attacker relies on the database server's ability to make DNS or HTTP requests to transmit data to an attacker-controlled system. So how do you even protect your application from SQL injection? Use parameterized queries and perform thorough input validation on all user-supplied input, such as checking the type and length of values, and rejecting common SQL reserved characters like the quote sign or the asterisk sign, or just blacklisting common SQL injection statements. You can also use code scanning tools like semgrep to scan your project to detect SQL injection in your code. This was SQL injection explained in under 2 minutes. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.